Alright everyone, so I got something in the mail recently and we're going to do an unboxing. Obviously you're going to know what it is because of the title. Dun 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 dun! A Nintendo 64 in the box. And this holds a special little heart. This holds a special spot in my heart, which is what I was trying to say originally. Because this particular console, to me, was some of the better times in terms of gaming. So this whole generation of consoles, you know, like the PS1, N64, and the Saturn, to me, that's when gaming started getting really good. And I had the N64 during this time. I thought it was an awesome system. But let's go ahead and unbox this, but let's take a look at the box itself. This is the standard gray version. You know, there's nothing like extra with this. Here's the back. So this is obviously an earlier unit. So when the console came out, this was the kind that it was being sold. You can obviously tell because it has like Cruis'n USA, Star Wars, Shadow of the Empire, Pilot Wings, Super Mario 64, Killer Instinct Gold. Those are all pretty much all launch titles. And you know, there's the side of it. That's how that looks there. Right there. And on the bottom. So let's go ahead and open this up. So, we got the manual right here, we got the console, and I kind of cheated. I actually did clean this console up before filming this, just to clean this up, and I also ordered an expansion pack. So this actually has the expansion pack in there, so that way I would be able to take advantage of it. So this is how the console looks like. Now, one thing I will say about this console though is, yes, it did take cartridges. Yes, I kind of wish it was a CD based console. Actually, if this was a CD based console, this easily would have trumped the PlayStation, easily. You know, when this came out, if this was a CD based, didn't do cartridges, there would be no PlayStation. But yeah, but nonetheless, it is a simple type of design. You know, this is where the power supply would go. This is your AV cable. Unfortunately, if I want to do RGB SCART off for this, I'm going to have to get this modified. And I'm not good with solder, so I think I'm kind of stuck with the whole composite, which is pretty unfortunate, but I'll make it work. And apparently apparently that number still works to this day, which is kind of surprising. Speaking of the power supply, this was kind of unique. When I first saw this, I was like, now why would they have this going to the console? Why not just have the plug on the end, or just have a wire at the other end? But then it's like, wait a minute, wire's right there. So yeah, that's awesome right there. So at this point, I don't really care how big this thing will get. As long as it ends like this, I'm fine. It's much like how the Xbox 360 and Xbox One, how it has the external bricks. People say they're big. As long as it ends as this, I don't care. But what's actually kind of cool about this is, if you ever heard of the N64 DD, that's what this slot was for. So it actually slaps on there, and it doesn't require any additional power because this would actually supply that. So Nintendo knew that they were going to be doing something, but at least it never came out here in the U.S. and probably for good reasons. Add-ons rarely works. And of course, got the composite cables, and of course the controller. Holding this now, maybe because my hands are just much bigger now, but this controller, I mean, obviously I'm going to have to take this apart and clean it. It is a little bit dirty. I'm going to make a separate video about cleaning these controllers, but holding this now, honestly, is not very comfortable. It was unique at the time because you technically had 3 different ways of holding this. So you had this way, where you can use the D-pad. You had it this way, which most games used, or you can do it this way. So you got your D-pad here, which is a very good D-pad. I actually like this D-pad. You got your A, B, you got your C buttons there, your analog stick, which this one is in really good shape. On the bottom here, you got your Z button, shoulders, and your memory card slot / rumble pack slot. But yeah, I'm gonna take this apart and clean it. But yeah, that's an unboxing. Got the foam there. Well, I guess before we end this, let's take a look at this. This is always kind of cool. Obviously, this was never used. The N-Gear. Take this card and fill it out. 2, send it in. 3, get $5 off cool N64 gear. And then, of course, you fill that out, all that good stuff. Then here, got game, get gear. God, we don't really see stuff like this anymore. Let's have a look. Okay, this is kind of cool, I have to say. And then, okay, I do have to say something though. I remember when I actually had my N64. I'm really afraid to even say this because I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be really upset with me. But when I had I'm just going to say it. When I had the N64, see these plastic cases for the cartridges? Every single game I had these in them. But I kept every single game box and manual that I ever got for the N64. And of course this is the manual for it. But here's the thing. When the GameCube came out, I took all that shit and traded it in to get a GameCube. And the guys at GameStop, they were like, holy crap, this is like some of the pristine stuff they've seen come into the store in years. I mean, all the stuff I traded in was like they look near mint. And you know, I'm not talking about like shit games. I'm talking about like a lot of the best N64 games. And looking back now, it's like, yeah, I kind of wish I didn't trade all that stuff in. But then again, you know, looking back now, I'm sure a lot of you guys would be saying the exact same thing. So, yeah. But yeah, it's kind of cool to have the manual for it. But yeah, that's an unboxing of the N64. My other 64-bit console, which you might be thinking is like, what other console are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about the Atari Jaguar. But yeah, this is the N64 in the box. You know, it just goes in like that. Pretty cool. But one thing I will say though is I don't plan on having a complete collection. What I actually do plan on doing is getting one of those EverDrives for the N64, dumping the ROMs on it, and playing the games that way. Yes, I actually do have some N64 games, which I'm gonna make videos about, but I'm not gonna buy more games for this. I'm just gonna buy the EverDrive and use that. But you know, some people are gonna say is like, why don't you buy the actual games? Like, because I'm really to the point now. It's like, okay, I already did. One of my goals in life was to have a complete collection, and I already have that. So, and not only that, trying to get like about, you know, it was about 300 games for this console. You know, maintaining like 300 games for this system is going, to me, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be too much. And, you know, having an EverDrive, at least for me, it's just more convenient. You know, I can just play the games I want to play on it and be done with it. But, yeah, anyway, that's my unboxing of the N64. And like always, have a good one. Leave comments down below. Like this video. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Share this video. And like always, have a good one.